welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. I got to tell you, I almost don't know where to start with this video. There's so much that I'm feeling, so much I'm thinking. I will say this before I get into anything else, and that is that my heart and my prayers are with Sophie Cunningham. At the time of this recording, we don't yet know the results of the MRI, but by the time you see this, maybe we do. But definitely going to talk about Sophie more. Do that in a separate video. I'm also going to recap the game. Most likely, that's also in a separate video. What I'm going to do in this video is sort of start at the end of the game, because I want to do this first. I want to talk about this first, and then everything else can wait. Like I said, struggling with all that I want to say and how I want to say it, but I'm going to start over on X at an account by someone named Squirrel. I think it's a great place to get started. The post says this: "We aren't celebrating because we beat Connecticut. We are celebrating because despite the innumerable challenges, injuries, roster changes, locker room sabotage, FC civil war, false narratives, shooting slumps, missed calls, biased refs, every team playing us like it's the Super Bowl, the torn ACL, the broken foot, teeth being knocked out, the injured knees, the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows, the tears shed, fingernails dug in our shoulders, black eyes, having every team that beats us using our now you know to mock us. Despite all that, we ball. And if that don't inspire you and you ain't moved by that, and the resilience of this team don't make you feel something incredible, with all due respect, up out our face. We ain't with you and we don't want to be like you. Whistle that while you kicking rocks, and goodbye." Whew, my goodness. My goodness. I don't know Squirrel personally, but I know that there were things in there that truly resonated with me. So for the people who are on social media saying things like celebrating for beating a Connecticut team, you don't get it, do you? And many of you haven't gotten it, and you don't get it still. Ain't nobody celebrating about Connecticut. Who is Connecticut to celebrate? Connecticut is just another team trying to win a basketball game. This ain't about Connecticut. Excuse the bad English up in here, okay? Today, this ain't about Connecticut. This is about a team who, despite all kinds of stuff, I mentioned locker room sabotage, DeWanna Bonner situation, went on with all the stuff till you start to read it. You don't even believe this thing is true. Forgot about the teeth knocked out and the knees and the eyes, and oh my goodness, the people leaving, the people coming, it's been so much. And this team refuses to quit. I've read comments where people said they need to just quit because it's over. And this team says, not happening. This isn't even about winning and losing at this point. Yeah, we want to win. Yeah, we want to win. But that's not really what this video, what I'm talking about right now, in the spirit of people who are standing up for this team. And yes, this coach. It's not just about wins and losses, with people who recognize that there's something going on here that's worth celebrating. If this team never made it to the playoffs this season, if this team never won a playoff game, if they made it to the playoffs, what we are seeing right now, some would say it's a great American story, and it is. This is a God story. Beyond that, this is a God story of resilience and perseverance. And yes, I am and have been a bit emotional because I don't see it anymore because I've shut off the noise, as I've told you. Did that weeks ago. Shut off the noise. So when the noise comes to me, it's because it somehow popped up in one of my feeds or someone tells me about it. But I'm not feasting on the fester. Not even not even having it come up in my feed except by some kind of fluke or some comment I catch on X or something. But the resilience, the perseverance, the love this team has, I know that busts the narrative. But it's time for people. Well, I shouldn't say that, because there are people who are going to die on that hill of their narrative. But it's time for reasonable people who have ears and eyes to say, you know what? This team is something special. And this isn't just about basketball. Yeah, they balled out. They came back 21 down when they could have folded. And that was after Sophie Cunningham was screaming on the court and crying. They could have folded. Yet another adverse situation. Now, I know some people out there have somehow not recognized that this team has dealt with incredible adversity. And yet what they are showing us is character, it's fight, it's passion, not just for a game, but for one another. And I know, again, the narrative is they can't stand each other. They can't stand Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark isn't for the team. The coach is sabotaging the team, all of it. Not to mention everybody's a coach and everybody's a doctor. I could say a whole lot more on some of the comments, even about the coaching, because I won't say too much. I just know that not everybody talking knows what they're talking about. I'll just put it that way. And some people do know what they're talking about. And some people, thank God, are people who have not crashed out, who have not used adversity or their own disappointment that unfortunately Caitlin Clark is injured, have not used that to rip people apart and rip character apart and push nasty narratives. Thank God there are some people, because I tell you what, a lot of us, and I'll put myself into us, a lot of us can learn a whole lot from this team. So now I'm going to show you some footage of some comments that have been made, some things that have been done. This team, again, this is not about beating Connecticut. It's not about beating anybody. It's about standing together. This is why God had put it on my heart that this channel would be about where sports and culture connect. This is why you hear me say over and over again that sports are a microcosm of society, because it's playing out before our very eyes. When things don't work out like you wanted to, character is revealed. But it's never too late. If you know you've been a part of the cesspool and the narratives and the things that are just for some diabolical, it's not too late. It's not too late to turn it around. Some of you get it because we talk about in the live streams. We had such a good time. We do. We have to deal with some of the negativity, and I hold a hard line on that. But we've had some incredible times. The comments, the emails, the things from people who say thank you for a place where we can come and just enjoy and cheer on a team. They're encouraging. So we have a good time, but we've turned the page even where we're praying for these players, not just Indiana, but for the league. We're praying for them. We want the best for them. And many of us understand that what we're doing is bigger than basketball. It is. Some of you get it because we talk about it. Some of you, you're just not at that place where you understand that, and that's okay. You are where you are. But I encourage you to keep your eyes and ears open. Be very, very diligent in that. And I'll leave that part right there. I think I'll go over to, I don't know, I'm going to go to a few posts on X, a few posts from the Indiana Fever. And like I said, I don't quite know where to go, but I do want to show you a few things. And I'll put all the links in the description of this video. So I'll start here with Caitlin Clark on X. Just a few of her posts from Sunday. Battled. So proud. Battled, so proud. And another one, MVP Kels. I know some people didn't like that and still creating narratives about that because they don't want Kelsey and Caitlin to respect one another. Not most of you, thankfully, but believe it or not, there are some. So they want us to believe that Caitlin is lying and she don't really mean what she said. I think I'll believe Caitlin. And then this one, Kels. Oh yeah. Like I said, we'll do a recap of the game. Here's Tosh. I love my team. I love my team. Remember, there are people out there who are trying to tell you that they don't love all the players. Oh, they don't love Sophie. They don't love Cece. They don't love. I love my team. And we see it. We watch it. We see it. We hear it. We know it. Narratives will be what narratives will be. But this team, if you didn't know already, this team loves one another. And I mean the whole team.
I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you too. I
want to stop right here because right there you heard this coach crying say, I'm so proud of you. And immediately you hear several people saying, if not everyone, we're proud of you. We're proud of you. Listen, ain't nobody perfect. No player on this team is perfect. No coach on this coaching staff is perfect. They're doing really well in light of the adversity. And they love each other and they're proud of one another.
I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you too. I'm so proud of you guys. I know that sometimes it sounds like just a word when we talk about being resilient, but it's not, man. It's how we live. Yep. It's how y'all live, and it's a tribute to you. It's a tribute to your connectedness, your togetherness, your toughness, your mindset. You never give up gritty attitudes. Like, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. And we will never be counted out because that is worth gold. That is worth gold. Kels, goddamn, baby. Put us on your back. Oh, big time. Breezy. You are the consummate professional. We love you. We appreciate you. You were huge. AB point forward. And like, look, you can't underestimate what it means to have somebody like her who just does whatever we ask, right? Does whatever. I mean, everybody really. Lex, that was a huge. Toss your activity all day long. And that's what it's going to take. Okay, that's what it's going to take. We got to play free. We got to play with no pressure. But we fight. Live that resilience every day. And we will accomplish what we want to accomplish. Okay, come on. Yeah, here we go. Together, 3, 1, 2, 3. Together.
That's beautiful. It's emotional. I just wanted to pause here because you can see Sophie was right there smiling, getting up with her team. I got to be real with y'all because that's how I roll. Well, I know some of you haven't been around long enough and some of you don't know me even before I started covering basketball and in other things that I've done, that I've accomplished, whatever. But I don't roll with, well, let me just say what everybody else is saying. And some people have found that to be a problem. And they've tried to bully me in comments. And they've tried to force me to say whatever they want me to say. Nobody who knows me does that. Because if you know me, you know there's no price tag on me and there are no puppet strings on me. So I'm going to speak what I believe is true. And if you don't like it, then you just say, I don't like it. But I will not be browbeaten. I will not be threatened. I will not be anything into saying anything that I don't believe is true. And I know that's hard to find on social media because people are used to threatening people with their likes and their subscriptions and all that. Listen, I love this channel. I love everybody who has shown themselves to be character people, who have supported me. All of those things, just phenomenal. Every like, oh, bring them. I don't mind the likes. Every subscription, I don't mind. All the members, all of that. But I will not sell out for a click, for a like, for a subscription, and I will not follow along with the narrative I don't believe. And what I believe is that what you saw and what you heard right there shows the character of this organization, the coach and the players in the room and the players who are not able to be in the room. We know that Caitlin Clark, well, maybe you don't know, but Caitlin Clark was not there. Her boyfriend, Connor, had a death in the family, his grandmother. And so obviously Caitlin is going to be with her boyfriend. At least that's what we believe. The only time she's ever missed being with her team. She's with them. So she gets on social media when she can, and you hear her battle. I just showed it to you, calling out Kels. So this is one team, as they say, it's together. They say together. And speaking of Caitlin not being able to be there, we know that Caitlin and Aaliyah have this ritual. Caitlin and Aaliyah didn't stop doing it when Caitlin got hurt. I've covered it a couple times in this channel. Well, Caitlin, like I said, wasn't there, but Aaliyah said, we're not letting the ritual die. I'm feeling like the post I shared on X. Like, if that doesn't move you, I'm going to quote Renee Montgomery. You ain't like us. You ain't like us. And that was obviously before the battle, before getting down 21 points, Sophie going down and this team rallying and getting this win in overtime. One team together. Let's hear a little bit from AB and Kelsey in the post-game press conference.
And then it gives us practice time, which we're going to need.
Tough situations just seems to bring the best out of you guys. I mean, just how the heck did you pull it off today?
We came in at halftime. We talked about chipping away, being resilient. That's kind of been our story this entire season. And that's just what we do. But I think right now, even through adversity, I think we're able to see just God's blessing over us. I mean, we're down 21 and we come back.
Okay, that was a yes and amen from Kelsey. Okay. I love that. Giving God praise for being able, not just winning a game, but man, what we have gone through. These are human beings. It's not just a game. These are human beings impacted by every aspect that we have seen all season long. Come on now, give God the praise. Now let me get started. Kelsey said, whoo, Chelsea done went to church. Let's hear that again.
Right now, even through adversity, I think we're able to see just God's blessing over us. I mean, we're down 21 and we come back and we play. And I think what stands out the most is just everyone coming in and affecting the game the way they did. And it's just been great.
Kelsey, your second half with 34 of your points just
Damn.
The last halftime. What took over you? How did you get it done on the floor?
I think it was more about what we did from a standpoint of like the mindset and the mentality. From half to half, it sucked for me. First half, it just wasn't, and I think that it wasn't as well for our group, but the resiliency is true in our room. Seeing Soph go down and then knowing what happened with Sid and knowing what happened with Eric, and then knowing what happened with CC, it's like I think a lot of it was just God and being able to like stay prepared and stay in your mental state to be able to compete. But I really think that that's the most resilient that we've ever been because of everything we've been through. So I think a lot of it you just tap into your team and you just love on your team. And I think, great things can happen.
Again, God. Again, resiliency and loving on your team. Good stuff. Make sure you watch that whole thing. The link will be in the description of this video. Really good 16 minutes of these two, and then Coach White. I'm going to go over to some of her comments now.
Just start, I guess, with Kelsey Mitchell and what she did today. I mean, it was something else.
I mean, it's speechless, really. She was 0 for 7 in the first half and 4 points, and just put us on her back. Made big shot after big shot, big play after big play. She didn't settle. She stayed aggressive, and she willed us.
What is it about this group, the resiliency, things like what happened to Sophie? What is it about them that seems to bring the best out of them?
It's going to be hard to talk about without getting emotional. I mean, first and foremost, they're good human beings. They're selfless. They're tough. They don't care who gets the credit. They don't care whose day it is. They got something inside of them that you just can't teach. And, they bring it out of each other. And it allows us to go through these incredibly tough times that we're going through, and always gives us a chance. And I'm just so incredibly proud of them for continuing to believe, for continuing to pull together, for continuing to step up. I mean, every single person on this roster impacts winning for us. And every single person on this roster is valued for how they impact winning, whether they play a second or not. They give and give and give to this team. And I'm thankful for this group.
As a person who has coached young ladies, who's taught boys and girls, who has, through the course of my life, worked with young people at church, there's something about a person in that leadership position. And even when other people don't get it, there's a certain kind of love that's in your heart for those young people. People on the outside looking in, they may not get it, but within your group, you get it. And that's what matters. Like, a lot of people they're looking, let me find something that Caitlin said in this interview that suggests that she doesn't like this coach or that coach. Let me catch something the coach said, which let me just twist it a little bit, because that means that she was trying to diss, this player. And usually this people are saying it's Caitlin, and let me find. And I love what I've heard this team say over and over again. And once again, I choose to believe these players. There's love in this team. And as Sophie herself has said, she's never had a stronger bond with teammates before. There is such a bond that you see a newcomer such as Odyssey come in, and they are swept away with the commitment with this team. So much adversity. If you've ever played, if you've ever coached, if you've ever watched with an understanding eye of what sports are about, that one piece of adversity can be devastating. But there have been pieces upon pieces upon pieces in this team. It affects everything. People playing out of position, lineups that are different, just frustration level, having to keep one another up. That's why I say, and that's why I get as emotional about it as I do, because this is about life. This is about resilience. This is about strength. This is an American story. It really is. I knew I should have started my book already, which I didn't do after last season. But alas kind of means like, oh, that's so bad. But no, I think it might be a bit of, oh yeah, because there's so much more that needed to be added to the story. I'm blown away by it. The great American story, but the God story, because there's so much more here. And those of you who know it, say amen in the comments, because For those who have eyes to see, you see it. You see it. Other people, well, they'll post and say, it's nausea. I told you the noise from Latin means nausea. But I really do hope that some people will realize, you know what? I've been off here. And instead of doubling down and dying on that hill, let me just acknowledge what is obvious to those, like I said, with seeing eyes and ears. I just think, one of my books is called Push Your Way to Purpose. And I'm not here trying to sell a book, but it's Push Your Way to Purpose, how to get from where you are to where you're meant to be. And that's what I do. That's what I talk about. I talk about purpose, right? It's not, I know a thing or two about basketball, but it's more than that. I talk a lot about purpose. And the title of the book was Push Your Way to Purpose. I see that in this team. And I'm going to say again what I said before. If they never won another game, and I believe they will, and I believe Caitlin will be back, and I just leave it at that. But regardless of if they won or not, they have already shown us what it means to fight, to stick together, to face adversity. Maybe they butt heads at times. Who doesn't? That's what happens when you spend a lot of time with people and you have strong opinions, but you come back together and you let the naysayers be the naysayers. I imagine there may be people in the comments here who don't like what I had to say. Number one, I'm smart enough not to take in a whole lot of that. So I'm thankful for comments that I do see, but there are many that I don't see, and you guys get to chop it up with one another. But it won't change my stand on what I see from this team and how much bigger than basketball it is. So proud of this team. So proud of the people who have continued to support the team and didn't bail out and didn't push all kinds of stuff. And I'm not talking about differences of opinions. We have those. I'm talking about, I know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to end it right there. And like I said, I want to do a couple other videos, but I just wanted to point out the resiliency, the perseverance, the togetherness of this team. Wow. Last night, they moved up in the standings. After dropping the 7, they moved back up. But more importantly than that, they showed up for one another. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.